Have you ever noticed how the most terrifying monsters don't prey on our weaknesses, but on our strengths? Today's story about a morning swim gone horrifically wrong challenges everything we think we know about heroism and human nature.
That's exactly what struck me about this tale. The way it takes something as innocent as wanting to help someone and turns it into this nightmare scenario.
You know what fascinates me most? The psychological setup. Here's Michael, this dedicated swimmer who knows the lock like the back of his hand, and his very familiarity with the environment becomes part of his undoing. The story mentions he'd been feeling lonely for months, which really sets up his vulnerability.
The attention to detail in those early morning scenes really draws you in, doesn't it? The way he walks barefoot to feel the soil, his careful morning routine.
Oh my gosh, yes. And speaking of details, this story actually connects to a fascinating pattern in Scottish folklore. The Kelpie and Each Uisge water spirits were known for specifically targeting compassionate people. They'd appear as beautiful horses or humans in distress, counting on someone's kindness to lure them close.
That historical context adds such a deeper layer to the story. How does this modern version differ from those traditional tales?
Well, what's really interesting is how this version incorporates elements of cosmic horror. Those supernova black eyes, for instance. It's like taking an ancient warning about dangerous waters and giving it this contemporary psychological twist. The creature doesn't just want to drown Michael, it wants to mock his heroic intentions.
The physical descriptions are incredibly vivid too. The way it describes that transformation from helpless victim to predator.
Exactly. And let's talk about how masterfully it builds tension. First, it's just the churning water where it should be smooth, then the hair moving like it's caught in a cyclone, and finally those horrifying claws. Each reveal makes you realize how thoroughly Michael has been deceived.
That gradual revelation really mirrors how predators work in nature, doesn't it? The way they let their prey come closer and closer before striking.
Oh, that's such a brilliant observation. And you know what makes it even more chilling? The story suggests this is a pattern. That final line about monsters preying on heroes implies this creature specifically targets people like Michael. It's almost like natural selection in reverse, where the most altruistic members of society are the most vulnerable.
The way the story handles the power dynamic is fascinating too. Michael goes from potential savior to victim in moments.
And what really gets me is how the story plays with our expectations about strength and vulnerability. Michael isn't some amateur. He's described as a strong, experienced swimmer who knows this body of water intimately. Yet all that expertise becomes meaningless against something that operates outside the normal rules of nature.
That's what makes it truly terrifying. The idea that our strengths can become our weaknesses.
You know, there's something else that's really clever about this story, the way it uses the setting itself as a character. The loch transforms from this place of peace and clarity into something malevolent. It's like a betrayal on multiple levels.
The environmental shift really emphasizes the psychological horror, doesn't it? Everything familiar becomes threatening.
Absolutely fascinating how it all comes together. The folklore elements, the psychological manipulation, the environmental symbolism. It's really a story about how our best qualities, our compassion, our courage, our trust in the familiar, can sometimes make us most vulnerable.
That's such a haunting message to end on. Makes you wonder about the price of being a hero.
Well, I think that's what makes this story so effective. It doesn't just scare us with monsters and claws, it makes us question our most basic assumptions about goodness and heroism. Though I have to say, I might stick to swimming pools for a while.